So why close to 3 to 4? And also make sure that you need to have a lot of offline practice as well. Now, most of you might not be in Delhi, right? Some of you may be in Kerala, some of you may be in different cities. So what do you need to do? You need to go for some test series which will give you that offline practice. Maybe you can go for that forum wall stimulator or vision eyes abhyas or something. But make sure that at least 2 to 3 offline tests you need to do. Okay, because attending the paper from your home and going into the institute or going into a different school and doing the same, it's a very big stark difference. Okay, so make sure that at least 2 to 3 offline tests you need to do. Okay, and make sure you practice your different time management strategies, your different rounds, and also doing this offline test will help you, maybe get to somewhat of UPSC environment as well. Not completely, no one can replicate the complete UPSC environment. Fir bhi hai na, aapko somewhat you will be able to stimulate the UPSC environment as well. Now, as I told you, in case of revision, there are basically 2 methods of doing the revision. Okay. The one is the test-based revision strategy that I have told you. You take close to 2 sectional tests per subject. Morning pe aap ek karo, Monday pe, and then Wednesday also you do one. Now, if you're someone who feels that I want to study first, then what you can do? You need not go with the test-based revision approach. Rather, you can go with the content-based revision approach. Now, in the content-based revision approach, what do? You don't take 2 sectional tests. You only take 1 sectional test. Now, what do? Monday and Tuesday, you study all the micro themes. Okay, you complete all the micro themes of a particular subject. And on Wednesday morning, you can take 1. Or the 3rd day, you can take 1. When you take that, you will understand the particular micro themes that you are lacking. And for the whole pending hours which you have on the 3rd day, you revise that particular micro theme, जिस पे आपकी accuracy बहुत कम है. Okay. So 2 methods. The one is the test-based revision approach, wherein you do close to 2 sectional tests. Do the same thing on the first day. Understand the micro themes that you are lacking. Focus more on that. And on the 3rd day, do it once again. The second one approach, the content-based approach, you read everything once more. And on the 3rd day, you do a sectional test. You understand which micro themes you are lacking and you focus more on that. Okay. In my opinion, the test-based approach is always better. Okay. Because you're basically, you know that this is your weaker area and you focus more on that. This is like studying the whole thing once again. Okay. So do this in my opinion. Okay. Go for test-based revision rather than content-based revision. Okay. Now, so what should your 1 week look like? At least 3 to 4 GS full tests. Definitely every alternative day. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday. Go for at least 1 CSAT full test as well. Now, if you're scoring 120, 130, 140, or even 95 plus, you don't need to waste your time doing this full test. On Sunday, anyways, you will be attending any full-length test, right? GS plus CSAT. Just that would suffice. You don't need to do another full test. But if you're someone who's scoring maybe 70, 75, 80, you can do 1 CSAT full test as well. Now, sectional test, at least 2 sectional subject per week. So, political ke liye 2, environment ke liye 2. So, in reality, what will happen? You will be doing 2 subjects per week, 3 days for polity, 3 days for environment, 3 days for almost all the subjects. But for ancient history, only 1 day, medieval only 1 day, art and culture only 1 day. The rest of the subjects, you can dedicate 3 days. So, that's like Monday to Wednesday, 1 particular subject. Monday, 1 sectional test. Wednesday, 1 sectional test. Monday, 1 full test. Wednesday, 1 full test. Then you shift to the next subject. Again, Thursday, 1 sectional test. Saturday, 1 sectional test and the full test in between as well. And then Sunday, you can go for a full length test, which contains both CSAT and GS as well. Okay. And 2 subjects in a week as well. 2 subjects, 3 to 4 GS full test, 1 CSAT full test and 2 sectional tests. So mostly you will be doing on a sectional test basis. You will be always doing number of tests. You are identifying your weaker areas and you will be focusing more on that. Okay. So this is what a week should look like. You're focusing on the economy micro themes. You can see here, money and banking, capital market and bonds. You're doing today. And today you are doing one general studies full length test as well. Okay. So make sure that on alternate days you do a sectional test and a full length test as well. And make sure by the 10th of May, uske aage na, so this should be your last full length test. You can see here 10th of May. Iske aage kya karna hai? No full length test. You only focus on the PYQs. So as you can see here, 2025 General Studies question paper, uski content, 2024 General Studies paper, uska content, and you do polity micro themes. Which means that only those area जो आप weak है, polity पे कौन सी topic weak है, judiciary weak है, then you can focus on that. Next thing, 2023 General Studies question paper, uski content, 2022 General Studies paper, uske content, and one subject as well, environment micro themes. Then 2021 General Studies question paper, uski content. So make sure that you do everything, you stop by the 10th of May, and after that, you should be focusing mostly on the PYQs only. Okay, everyone? So as you can see here, mostly PYQs only. 2015 General Studies paper, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, you will be doing till 2025. Okay. And also, as we have discussed, how to solve the paper and how to do the revision test. One of the most important things that I want to focus on is improving your elimination techniques. Okay. Because UPSC is all about, let me tell you, even in the 2025 paper, close to 38 questions could have been solved through elimination strategies. All right. 2021 paper, close to 41 questions could have been solved. 2023 paper, close to, again, the same 37 questions could have been solved through elimination. Okay. Of course, content is the king, but you need to master the elimination techniques as well for you to clear the prelims. You need to master your thought process. That is why mastering the elimination is as crucial as your revision strategy as well. Now, again, coming back to the first question. If you're someone who's scoring above 50, 60, do you think that in 1 month, you will be able to significantly boost your content and score close to 100 or 110, which can be treated as a safe zone for you to qualify prelims? Do you think that in 35 days, you will be able to boost your scores from 50 to 100 only by focusing on the micro themes, only by doing a lot of sectional tests, only by doing a lot of FLTs? No. You need to master the elimination as well. Okay. The elimination is going to be the decider on whether you will get in, you will get to write the mains this time, or you won't be able to write the mains this time. Okay. So focus more on the elimination as well. That's why I told you last 14 days, only do the PYQs, underline, circle, identify what the examiner meant by that. Identify why did they introduce the word mainly, primarily. Identify the complementary and contradictory statements. Identify the patterns, identify the general and specific statements. Sab kuch pe dhyan de do and make sure you master the same. Okay. So are you stuck in the 60 to 70 mark loop? Then let me tell you the only way out. Okay. Of course, content is there, but the only way out is to master the elimination. So that's why you need to master it. Right. So these are some of the questions which we have already discussed in multiple of my videos. All of you must have seen the same as well. So why did UPSC introduce the word? Why did UPSC ask this question? Pump, storage, hydropower. Now this is not, UPSC was not testing your content here. UPSC was basically testing whether you are applying your mind in that pressure. Are you applying your elimination techniques in your mind, right? So what can you do here? Pump, storage, hydropower. You split the same. Pump, storage, hydropower. Now what comes to your mind? What means by pump, storage, hydropower? You're pumping water, you're storing it somewhere, and later you are using it for hydropower, right? So you're pumping water from somewhere, you're storing it somewhere, and later you are using it to generate electricity, right? So what options would suit the same? Irrigation of terrace crop fields. Is there any hydropower irrigation here? No. So what does it mean? You're storing it somewhere. You're storing it somewhere for future generating electricity, right? So you can go with the answer, long duration energy storage. Right, this was a question from 2025. So the water is being pumped, then stored in the form of hydropower. That is what is meant by long duration energy storage, right? Now, why did in 2025 UPSC introduce the word several folds here? Right. UPSC could have just said that well-oxygenated surface water contains higher oxygen than in the atmospheric air. Right. So, why did UPSC introduce the word several folds? This is how you have to think. Okay. Now, in this question, in the heading, in a pressure cooker, the temperature at which the food is cooked depends mainly upon which of the following. Right. You can see here word here mainly. Now, why do you think UPSC introduced the word mainly? Does it have any purpose? Or UPSC just randomly introduces these words? It all has a purpose, okay? It all has a purpose. That's something that you have to master. Okay. Why did UPSC introduce the word the industry account for more than 5% of the global carbon emissions? UPSC could have just said that studies indicate that carbon dioxide is emitted by cement industry, right? Why did UPSC say that they account for more than 5% of the global carbon emissions? Okay, you need to understand why UPSC introduces each and every word, because each and every word has a meaning. Each and every word has a purpose. Okay. So, how can you master the same? That's why we have introduced this very elaborate course, the dominant prelims elimination, logical elimination. So, what does the course contain? The course contains close to 10 hours of foundation lectures. So, 5 sessions, 5 into 2, 10 hours of I'll be teaching you each and every elimination technique out there, be it the specific options, general options, the patterns, the multiple facts, extreme words introduced in the statements, extreme words introduced in the headings, word deconstruction, specific options, going with the patterns, each and every logic out there. I'll be teaching you in this foundation lectures of 5 lectures into 2 10 hours. Then you will also have access to 10 years of PYQ solving. So I have solved the questions from 2025 to 2016, wherein you will understand how you have to apply the logic which I have taught in the first 5 lectures. Okay? And also, in order for you to practice the same, we are also providing 100 non-PYQ questions. Okay, they are not PYQs. So 100 non-PYQ questions also we are offering to you, which will help you to understand, which will give you a practice on how you have to apply these techniques, which I have taught you in the foundation lectures and also in the 10 years of PYQs. So what's the foundation lectures? Then solve the 10 years of PYQs with me, and then you can solve these 100 practice questions as well. If you're getting close to 90% accuracy in the same, that means that you're very solid in your logical elimination. You don't have to worry about your logical elimination movie. You have to just focus on the content. Okay? So if you have to clear prelims, let me tell you, master your elimination. Because why do I have that confidence that if I write the prelims tomorrow, I'll be able to clear it? I have cleared 4 prelims in a row. And why do I have that confidence? It's because I know I'm very good in elimination. Because that is what UPSC tests in the examination. UPSC prelims is not something very factual. But UPSC is just testing whether you are able to apply your mind, whether you are able to think under pressure. And that is what you have to master. Okay, everyone? So these are some of the videos. So close to 50 hours of session will be there. You don't have to watch everything. Watch the foundation lectures and you can go for maybe solve the 2025 and 2024 or maybe 2020 till 2021 with me. Itna sara time nahi hai aapke paas to watch the whole 10 years, but close to 5 years you can watch the same. Okay. So watch the foundation lectures, watch the PYQ solvings, and then do the worksheet. All this will make you perfect for the PYQs, for the prelims. Okay? So this is what you have to do. Number 1 thing, spend at least 3 days for a subject. Mostly go for a test-based revision. Take a sectional test, understand the weaker areas, and mostly focus on that. Also, in order to master your time management, rounds, the way you do the paper, do at least 10 to 15 full-length tests, and make sure that you attempt close to 2 to 3 offline tests as well, because it will help you to simulate somewhat of UPSC environment. Now, in case of revision, make sure that you go for a test-based revision, because testing yourself is very important. Now, what happens if you go for a content-based revision? You'll be just passively reading the same. You'll be reading the Lakshmi from cover to cover, wherein you are not analyzing or you are not understanding which particular area that you're weak in. So never do that. Mostly go for sectional test based revisions. Also, the fun and the last thing what you have to do, you have to master the elimination, because elimination will give you an additional edge. It will help you to get close to maybe 10 or maybe 15 questions, 50 additional questions, maybe 10 additional questions. Now 10 additional questions means that you will be getting close to 20 additional marks. Now that will be the decider between you whether you qualify prelims or not.